Hello everybody and welcome to Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club episode 3. I'm gonna have to shorten the title to something because that is a mouthful and a half and I'm out of breath already. Episode 3 anime review. Finally, the UK doesn't have to rely on dubious means. I know most people aren't from the UK here, but it's streaming on Crunchyroll now in the UK, which is good because it's better player than Funimation. The app's better too, but that's not what we're here to discuss today. We're going to discuss the episode. This week's episode, as I sort of suspected, focused on Miss Setsuna Yuki, who is probably my favourite from a purely singing point of view. Like her solo songs are the ones I definitely like the most, I think, out of all of them. At least back in when I, was hardcore into the Love Live, which I'm sure is definitely, I'm getting pulled back in slowly but surely, which is always a worry. Well, not a worry, it's a treat. A treat worry we'll go with. But no, this episode was good, accomplished what it needed to do, it was nice, Yu was there too, she did fun things, everybody actually pitched in this week, even if some of them did more than others, and there's a cat on the council now. Makes sense to me. We actually pick up where we left off at the end of last week's episode. I realised I didn't do my regular intro, which has confused me and likely everybody else as well. We pick up where we left off last week, as I said, with Setsuna, aka Nana, aka the student council president. She's Setsuna. I shall refer to her as such from now on and forever until the end of time. Probably won't be too relevant after this episode, but still worth mentioning by Karen and the other three. I'm going to get them right. It's Kanata, Emma, and the other one, Shizuku. I actually like Shizuku. Why'd I forget her? That's not good. But yeah, they want to know why they were disbanded, thought they were going on break on anything. And then she basically doesn't give them a clear, concise answer. She's like, just continue on without me. I mean, there was a lot more feeling into it than what I just put. But she basically, continue on without me. It's because she ended up hurting someone. That's someone likely being Kasumi with the argument that ensued. That's probably the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. Not that I'm calling her a camel. I would never do that. She's like a majestic eagle, is how I'd describe Setsuna. Don't know if I actually would, but it's the first animal that came to mind. So that's what we're going to go with. The next day, there's the thing with the cat. She didn't know where to put this, I'm just going to put it here. She tried to catch the cat that's been living in the school, the one that Rina and I were looking after, and they show up and tell her, hey, don't kill or grab the cat. It doesn't have anywhere else to go. It was abandoned and we can't take it home. And at that, Setsuna is like, right, I have a plan. We don't actually find out the outcome of that plan until much later on, though. Instead, Setsuna she hears Yu playing the piano. She's playing Chase, the first song, the one that she heard her play originally. I think that's what she was playing, although my brain has failed me right now and I can't remember specifically, but I feel like that's what she was doing. Yu fangirls a lot because student council president Nana, probably should have said she's in a student council president garb. She seems to recognise the song too, to which Yu is like, you must be a fan too, let's fangirl together. And she's a little bit taken aback by Yu's enthusiasm, which is fair enough. We're all a bit taken aback by her enthusiasm, I think that's fair to say. She tells her, hey, I joined the new idol club, is that okay, basically? And she's like, yeah, go for it, get 5 members, get the paperwork, and we'll get this thing official, basically. Things are going smoothly. She's not like, the other student council presidents, which really didn't want the idol club, God, I'm garbling here, idol club to be official until they did, obviously, but that's besides the point. She's wondering, hey, why would Setsuna quit? Wouldn't it be better if that performance was a new beginning rather than the end? And Setsuna is all like, no, that's not good. She wanted to go to the Love Live, but she ended up driving the group apart because of her not determination, what do you want to call it? It's in pursuit of her own dream, her love, her wish, whatever you want to call it. She ended up, cutting down everyone else's, and she was like, that's not good. I can't do that. It was just selfish of me. So that's why we're here now. Or not me, but she doesn't say me, but it's the whole oh, I have this friend who, it's that sort of situation. It's like everybody, us, not the characters, knows you're talking about yourself, but making it sound like they're not. We all know what you're on about. Asks her, hey, are you disenchanted now that she knows part of the truth of why Setsuna left, and doesn't get the answer though, because Ayamu sensed like, oh no, my waifu is in danger, and sticks her head in to be like, hey, let's go, you know, and then Nana is all like, good day to you, and walks off, and Ayamu's like, what did I miss? Basically, like, huh, that's pretty weird, what's going on there? Also interesting thing is that you can play the piano, sort of. She doesn't play too much of it. You know, she's giving it a go. She can play the piano better than me, which I'm going to take to mean she can play the piano. Maybe she's going to compose the songs, who knows? I most certainly do not. Short section now with Setsuna reading the comments on her, you know, video for Chase, which by the way, you should never do. Never read the comments, except my comments. My comments are lovely, which means they're not going to be lovely this week, obviously. But no, she's reading the comments. They're not like outright negative. They're like, man, it's such a waste that she quit. You know, it sucks that she quit. Which, yeah, makes sense. It is, obviously. No one ever thinks they're gonna read the comments. That's how it works. We all read the comments. Just gonna throw that out there. It's a bit of YouTuber logic. I know I'm a small YouTuber, so especially in my case, I read all the comments. So I'll be putting no dodgy things on. I will block them. What was I saying? What she loved was getting in the way of what Kasumi loved, sort of reiterating what we know from before. So basically, explaining it very bluntly, or quickly, concisely, that's a good word. She quit the school idol club so that the others could flourish, because she, in putting herself forward, was holding everyone else back, is sort of how she's thinking of it. Whether that's true or not, I'm not here to judge that. That's not my job. But that's what she thinks. That's the important thing. Kasumi, Ayamu, and Yu learn from Karin and the other three. I'm not going to just name all the names. That would be silly. That, hey, the president is Setsuna. And it's like, what? You know, more funny Kasumi faces. Kasumi and Karin's banter is really funny. Like, Kasumi does not know how to handle her, while Karin has got her, like, by the throat. Like, I am in control here. It was very, very funny, basically, I thought. Karin said, okay, well then why do we need to worry about that? You've got enough members here, because obviously they've got the 4 original ones, minus Setsuna, the 5 minus Setsuna, so 4, plus then Yu and Ayamu. They've got 6 members. They don't need to, they don't need Setsuna. However, everybody else is like, no, we want her to come back, you know, this isn't right, we need her back and everything, including Kasumi. Kasumi was all like, she's like the opposite of me, so that we need her even more. Because of that. And Yu, after their, you know, determination, I guess, Yu is like, I shall go talk to her. I am the main character. I will resolve this issue. Quick note before we get to all that. The cat joined the student council. As I said, I'm just gonna... Yep. Why did I let a freaking cat on the council? There's a reference. If you know that reference, be like, OMG, I know that reference. And then say what the reference is, obviously. If you don't, I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave you in suspense, I guess. More importantly though, they got like the PA system. They like bribed them with snacks, it looked like, sandwiches, that got them to call both Setsuna Yuki and the president under her real name, Nana, whatever it is, to go to the roof basically for something. We don't know what, but hey, they bribed them, they can do whatever they want. Yu was there waiting for her and everything, apologised for being insensitive as well, figured, you know, tells her she knows she's Setsuna also, says, no, I wasn't disenchanted, bloody hell, words are hard. We want you all back in the group, basically. I should probably mention all the others are like spying from behind the wall, like, they're all there. I don't know if Setsuna saw, but they're all there. She's like, if I return, no one's going to make it to the Love Live. And then Yu is just like, maybe you don't need to go to the Love Live then. You have your fans, and that is enough. Like, she's basically a bit selfish herself. She's like, it doesn't bother me if you don't go to the Love Live. As long as I can hear your music, that's good enough for me. And it's like, maybe they're not going to go to the Love Live in this series, which would be kind of interesting, a different way to take it. I still think they will end up going. But, hey, I like that this series has gone pretty differently to the others so far. Like, the others went sort of the same, the other two, But now this is like, now we're gonna flip it a little bit. The school isn't in danger of being shut down. Instead, it's thriving and big and big. Other words, I can't think of them. But yeah, then she made there's a lot of daisuke's going on, I remember. You is like, you made me like this from your performance. Basically, it was a take responsibility type thing, and it's in a weird way. It's okay to be selfish. Setsuna lets her hair down. One thing I'm really confused about, and this is the biggest plot hole ever. So she pulls her braids out, but yet when she turned around, her little hair thing was I guess in a band. I didn't see. I don't remember. I'm not good with fashion, as I said, especially girls' fashion, because I'm a man. That doesn't. I should say I'm a man who is very not ignorant. I'm not going to defend myself. I just don't know crap about fashion, basically. But yeah, how did she pull her hair out? But then it was up. Is my question. Plot hole 0 out of 10, unwatchable. No, she pulls her hair out. She does this turn around thing. It was pretty good. And then of course she sings a song. As I said, I'm not going to go into the songs too deep. As I said at the beginning, though, Setsuna's probably my favourite singer of the 9 of them. And yeah, this song was fire. It was probably called Dive, because she said the word dive multiple times, and in the subtitles it was in full capital letters, and that's generally a sign that it might be an important word. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I haven't looked up the song name yet. If it's even out there, the episode's just come out, so who knows. Officially rejoins the group afterwards, causes a little bit of a riot down there, getting everyone all excited, and then, you know, gives her a big old hug, and furthering the story that this is just you getting a harem of school idols. That's all it is. Kasumi is like, senpai, you want to get off her now? Kasumi being all jealous. So that's 3. I know it's not actually, but it's a fun little meta game to play. Like, you has got this massive harem. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, but I'm gonna say it's gonna happen, and that'll be funny because, I mean, like I said, it's just her existence makes it such a different series to the other 2, in my opinion. Maybe that's just me. I like that it's like a fresh spin on it. Like, it would have been weird if we had like another similar story. Like, Sunshine got different, but it started very similar. That's besides the point. Officially rejoined, big hug, not angry Kasumi and everything. And then they run off being like, yeah, let's escape before the teachers find us because I'm going to be in trouble. And, you know, she like sort of blew it off. She's like, I'm not the student council president right now. I'm Setsuna Yuki, damn it. And then they run away to escape from the teachers, which, speaking of, the little riot of this episode reminded me. Did anyone ever do this thing when they were at school where they just started running and causing a stampede? Because that happened a lot at my school. Like, in years like 7 to 9, which I guess is like, what, 13 to 15 maybe? I'm trying to think if that was the right age, but that's not really relevant to the episode. It just reminded me of it and I thought I'd share. Anyway, yeah, it was another good episode. I'm annoyed how quickly these seem to go by. Like, we were getting to the end and I was like, oh my god, we're at the end of the episode. Like, when the song started, I was like, what? It's only been like 10 minutes? What's going on? But it hadn't been 10 minutes. It had been the whole episode's worth, basically. And that was disappointing. But I guess because it's going so quick, that's a good thing, because it means I'm having a good old time. Rambling now. What was my favourite part of the episode? Let's check it out. Truthfully, it was the song, but as I said, I'm not going to have the song be my favourite part because that's easy to do and not very, brain powery of me. What I chose instead was you bringing Setsuna back to the light, basically. I would say, because in this I would say there's no wrong answers. Like, Setsuna had a point with everything what she was saying, and then you was like, nah, I'm not going to be okay with that. Nah, it was good the way they did it. It wasn't so much as a you're wrong, I'm right, as much as, here's what I want, here's how I think we could do it, let's do it, and all that. And that, I guess, is how it worked. I liked it a lot. I mean, it was obvious, that she was going to rejoin. Like, I'm not going to say, I was like, oh, it's such a shock that Setsuna rejoined the group. No, of course it's not. But it was still good. I think that's the important thing here. It's still good. So we're up to, what, 7 in the group now? I'm going to have to count now. Ayamu, you, Setsuna, Kasumi, Shizuku, Emma, Karen's not in the group. Kanata is the other one. So yeah, 7. So I presume next week's episode, I think, looked like an Ai episode from what I remember of the previews, so that should be exciting. I quite like Ai, the little I saw of her. And then, so I guess we'll get to around halfway, and that will be where everyone joins, which, if I remember right, is a lot earlier than the other series. Although I could be remembering wrong, but that's not important. I could also be wrong with this series, who knows. Let's wrap this up now, though. Thank you, everybody, for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.